Warning: watch this video or you will regret it. There are times when you see the elderly at home walking a little slower, standing up with more difficulty, or walking less steadily than before. These changes are small, but don't ignore them. The decline in mobility in the elderly does not happen loudly. It comes quietly, starting with weak steps, light falls that are ignored, or being lazy to go out because of fear of walking. The scary thing is, when we realize everything is monetary, recovery becomes extremely difficult. Today's video will help you clearly know the small signs that are silently warning. The body is gradually losing activity, strength, and balance. Vital factors for the elderly to maintain an independent, non-dependent life. Let's listen to the warnings before it gets too painful. The first signs are easy to ignore. No one ages overnight, and mobility doesn't decline suddenly. It starts with very small things: difficulty getting up from the sofa, not being able to walk as long as before, or feeling dizzy every time you walk quickly. Many older people even think it's normal for aging, so they don't say anything, and no one notices. A very common sign is losing balance when walking, easily tripping or staggering. Next is the reluctance to climb stairs, or being afraid to go out because of fear of falling. Older people begin to limit their living space, only hanging around the house, rarely going out, from which the body becomes weaker due to lack of movement. And that's not all. Muscles begin to atrophy, reflexes slow down, and the risk of falling increases. Even minor falls can have serious consequences, such as broken bones, traumatic brain injuries, and worse, the loss of the ability to care for oneself. Therefore, detecting the signs early and taking them seriously is the first step in preventing mobility decline in old age. Why do the elderly lose mobility? The older we get, the more our bodies naturally wear out. Muscle mass decreases, bone density decreases, ligaments are no longer as elastic as before, all of which make the elderly lose strength, flexibility, and balance. But what makes this condition more serious is lack of movement. Many elderly people after retirement move less, do not exercise anymore, have monotonous activities, just lie down, sit, eat, and sleep. The body, therefore, gets used to being lazy, muscles gradually weaken, joints become stiff, and reflexes become slower. After just a few months of lack of movement, the elderly may find themselves no longer having enough strength to go to the market, climb stairs, or walk long distances. In addition, chronic diseases such as arthritis, spinal degeneration, diabetes, or Parkinson's are also the silent causes of depriving the elderly of mobility. Chronic pain makes them afraid to move. Fear of falling makes them limit themselves. Fear and low self-esteem also make them gradually withdraw, leading to loss of mobility skills and then loss of the ability to live independently. This is not an inevitable rule of aging. Mobility decline can be prevented if detected and intervened early. When mobility declines, quality of life also declines. Imagine, you used to walk to the park every morning, cook for yourself, go to the market by yourself. Suddenly, one day you have to ask someone to help you stand up, need a wheelchair to move around, or can't get dressed without help. That's how many older people feel when their mobility declines. Loss of mobility makes older people more dependent. They lose initiative, lose confidence, and gradually feel like a burden to their children and grandchildren. This leads to frustration, depression, and even refusal to move, and the situation gets worse. Not to mention, lack of exercise also leads to many other health consequences. Poor blood circulation, poor digestion, increased risk of diabetes, cardiovascular disease, osteoporosis, etc. The body is no longer operated regularly every day, leading to rapid decline in both physical and mental health. The sad thing is, many old people just want to walk normally, go out to breathe, eat, and dress themselves. Things that seem small, but when they are lost, we see how great their value is. What to do to maintain mobility in old age? Maintaining mobility does not mean having to exercise heavily. On the contrary, the elderly need gentle, regular exercise that is suitable for their physical condition. Every day, 15 to 30 minutes of walking, doing Tai Chi, yoga, or simply doing housework, going to the market, etc., are all very useful. Maintaining joint flexibility, maintaining muscle strength, and maintaining balance for the whole body should be done as soon as possible. In addition, pay attention to a diet rich in calcium, vitamin D, and protein, which helps maintain strong bones and muscles. Encouraging the elderly to get enough sleep, have a regular lifestyle, stay happy, and avoid anxiety also greatly helps them avoid premature decline in mobility. Most importantly, do not let the elderly feel lonely or useless. Let them participate in family activities, do light chores, take them for walks, exercise together, and chat together. When they feel useful, they will be motivated to exercise and live healthier. Don't underestimate small daily exercises. Many people think that when you are old, you should not exercise much. You should only rest to save energy. But in fact, it is the lack of exercise that causes the body to decline faster. And to prevent that, you don't need to go to the gym. You don't need expensive equipment. Just simple, regular exercises every day. For example, every morning, just 10 minutes of slow walking around the house, standing up, sitting down gently a few times, rotating your shoulders, rotating your wrists, ankles. These small exercises will help blood circulation, activate joints and muscles, and make the nerves more responsive. In particular, balancing exercises such as standing on one leg, walking on a virtual straight line, or gentle yoga will help the elderly prevent falls effectively. In addition, maintaining an exercise habit also helps improve mood, reduce the risk of depression, help you eat well and sleep more deeply. The more you exercise, the stronger your body will be, and the more positive your spirit will be. The important thing is to create a habit, even if it is very light exercise, but do it every day regularly and correctly. Remember, what the elderly need is not to exercise a lot, but to exercise constantly. A little bit every day accumulates into sustainable health. And you, a family member, are the person who gives them the strongest motivation to start. A weak step, a stumble, a lingering fatigue, all can be early warning signs. Mobility is what keeps seniors independent, dignified, and joyful. Don't wait until they are bedridden before we start to regret it. If you have elderly parents or grandparents, pay attention to the little things. Encourage them to move every day and work with them to build a healthy, gentle, but regular lifestyle. And if you find this video useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so we can continue to spread valuable information about aging health. Because everyone will grow old and need to be understood and cared for properly.